Hey, 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 Grand Rising, fellas, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I want to say all praises to the Most High, first and foremost. We got to be careful to give the Most High Yah all the honor, all the glory. And I want to thank and give thanks to the ancestral beings who transition into the afterlife, or should I say, a better realm, the real life, the real mission in life, those who are transition into that realm, into that level of consciousness. I want to give thanks to them also for guiding me and keeping me on track, although in my carnal self, I stray here and there sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? And I like to give thank you to my carnal beings that's around me, the good energy and vessels around me for, pulling my coattail and keeping me on point, you know what I mean? And I do the same also, all right? So now that we got that out of the way, I want to say, I want to tell my police officer friends that came over last night, the DR friends, y'all was rude as fuck, and I really appreciate y'all, all right? You come in, I say, hey, man, would y'all like some Sprite? I did not say rum. I said Sprite. You drunk my rum up. I said Sprite. But it ain't that, man. These are my partners. Actually, I'm up early, as usual. But today I'm supposed to be going down to the river. It is Sunday here in the DR, and that's fun day. That's when the river going on. That's when, a lot of the locals doing a lot of things. So I've been invited by my police friends to go down to the river and kick it with them. They said everything on them. I have nothing to worry about. So, hey, I couldn't turn down that offer. It was pretty good. All right. Okay, another big thing that's going on right now is other than trying to get these stores in place, and I'm going to give a shout out to the Lions Den. Got a couple of brothers in now that want to invest with me with these stores, and we're going to try to get that thing running in a minute. I ain't going to expose the details of it because I want to get it established first and then start talking about it. You understand? Also, this basketball league, I'm actually trying to, I grew up playing basketball. Those of you guys that know me personally out there, my social media or whatever, you see my family, you see everybody, man, I grew up athletic as hell. You know what I mean? I had a great chance of being great in that world, but, being the degenerate I am or I was, things just went another type of way. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I'm still, no regrets. I'm not one of those guys sitting back bitter like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be in the NFL or the NBA. Oh my God, I'm so mad now. I'm a firm believer of having no regrets, period. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. So I don't have no regrets, not because I'm forcing myself not to, but because, hey, man, it is what it is. One thing about an innovator and an impactor to others' lives, they're going to do that regardless. If you're going to be successful, you're going to be successful regardless. It's like me saying something on social media and people be like, God damn, boy, you need to put that in the book. Or that's a nice quote. Hey, man, that's a nice poem because I'm very poetic. I write very well, And I might be like, well, you can have it because one thing about it, I'm the creator of it. So therefore, I can continue to create, It's like having a bad child. If I create a bad child and I feel some type of way about that child, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go create another one. You know what I'm saying? If I feel some way about the entity in which I planted that seed in, I'm going to go create another one. You understand what I'm saying? So, but right now, as far as the basketball league, I know that baseball is prevalent in the Dominican Republic. Baseball is like their dream. They grow up. A lot of the boys, they have hopes and aspirations and dreams to becoming the next, baseball player. Especially going pro in the United States of America. And I also know that a lot of different races of people outside of black people, they put their money and their time into these baseball camps here. You got a lot of National Baseball League in the United States that actually have little camps here that's conditioning these boys and raising these boys and farming these boys and channeling these boys and putting them into the money making machine. which is okay because everybody eat. That's perfect. So I was like, well, I see basketball. Basketball and football was my thing. I play all sports, but basketball and football was my thing. So I'm even at the age I am now, I think I'm damn pretty good still. Although I ain't played in a long time. But I think I still got the fundamentals and basics. And speaking of fundamentals and basics, as I go to different basketball courts here in the Dominican Republic, especially Puerto Plata and Sosua, I noticed that the boys are really playing. They playing their heart out. They really playing basketball. It's coming up in the Dominican Republic. It's been here, but now I see that it's serious here. They really focusing on it here. So I said, okay, cool. How can I be an impact? How can I help this thing? Because I would like to see some of these boys make it up out of here. It ain't all about the girls here. It's about the boys too. The kids that's growing up to try to create a girls team around here. So I thought about it. I said, well, dang, how can I help? So as I go to different courts, I might give them a little, a little test run, ball with them a little bit. And we're going to start putting more on camera. But I said, well, why don't I be a coach or help a coach? Then I said, well, nah, let's think bigger. I'm an American here, so let's think bigger. How about I fund the entire league on this island? And hopefully one day they can cross over and play Haiti. Create a whole league from Santo Domingo to San Pedro. Every city got the best of the best basketball players, and they play each other like how the NBA do, but on a college type of high school growing up level, and put funding behind the jerseys and the referees and the whistles and trophies and stuff they can hang up on their walls and medals and stuff that's not too much, just something they can look back on and say, hey, I did that. No matter what they grow up to be, they can look back. Because one thing about it, I can look back and say I did a lot of things by looking at my monuments and trophies and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Best at this and that, So I think that's a very good thing, man. I'm really looking into that. I'm not saying this is just an idea that I'm putting out there in the universe. And if one of you brothers pick it up, or if one of you brothers are already involved in something like this and already doing something like this, then holler at me, man. I'm not about, the trip off who do what first and all that. Holler at me. It's all about birds of a feather flock together. Holler at me. Great minds think alike. And let's get up into this situation, man, and help these guys out, man. They need the basic fundamentals of basketball. I see a lot of jump shots, but no following the shot, running to the hoop. Like really nothing done like that. No boxing out at the man trying to defend the basket on the 3-point line. He just turn around and run to the basket too. No, we need some boxing out. We need all that good shit going on. These guys need to know the fundamentals. The fundamentals. They got the basics, dribbling and don't doubling and walking. They got that good and shooting, and they got pretty good shots and trying to get it together. But now they need them basic fundamentals and intellect, the intelligence of basketball, the science behind it, And then maybe one day we'll start a football league. I don't really see none of that around here. But anyway, now I want to get to the main topic of this video, and I would like to give a shout out to the ancestral beings as well, and my carnal beings now that gave me this content today. I received this content earlier this morning. Now, as a man, now I ain't the wisest man in the world, but I think I'm one of the wisest at times in certain areas. We all have our shortcomings in certain areas, and we all have our, longcomings. All right. So as a man and is very important in this life and in this world. Not taking anything away from women. It's not about women right now. This is brother to brother, iron sharpening iron, man to man right now. We're not talking about. That this video ain't mentioning nothing about no girls right now. We talking about man to man, iron sharpening iron, because the alpha male agenda show isn't just about girls in the Dominican Republic and all that right now. It really covers a broad spectrum of everything. You see the Black Panther Party, you see NFAC, you see the civil rights, you see the revolutionary, you see the prison talk, you see everything going here. It's not that I'm all over the place. It's just that I'm just a man of many hats and a Renaissance individual. You see business, you see whatever. You might see love in a minute of me actually trying to pursue something into marriage and courtship. You might see all kinds of stuff on this Alpha Male Agenda show. Just right now, I'm playing and moving things how it come to me. Right now, this is where I'm at, so this is how it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is a man on this planet is very important. When it comes to lineages, legacy. You know, when it comes to bloodline, when it comes to, you know, especially leaving something behind. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is this right here, like, I can't speak for every race on this planet. I can't do that because I don't know what it's like to be a European. I don't know what it's like to be a Euro Gentile, or a white man, or a Chinese man. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like to be an African American man, a boy, a baby, because I've been there. That's me. That's a part of my life. That's a part of my story. You know, I know what it's like to have the postpartum slave syndrome, stress disorder. You know, I know what it's like to go through what we went through and then come up out of it so strong and so dignified the way we did. And we still coming up out of, you know, police brutality and killing my people, and we still making it. You know, you don't know what it's like to be me in America unless you are me in America. To where when you get pulled over by the police, you don't know whether this your last breath, your last night, your last fight. You don't know what it's like to walk in those shoes. You see, unless you are me or something like me. And when I say me, I'm talking about an African American man. That's what I mean by me. You know, because right now I'm speaking on behalf of the African American community right now when it comes to that aspect of this topic. You know, so you don't know what it's like to be stripped down from your culture, ripped apart from your legacy, you know, your lineage, and confused and tainted and mixed up with other shit. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what it's like to be like that. Unless you're part of the diaspora around the globe, okay, of course. But right now, I don't know what it's like to be a part of the diaspora outside of America. Because I wasn't a slave in Europe. I wasn't a slave in Dominican Republic. I wasn't a slave in, you know, I wasn't indigenous to Europe. I wasn't indigenous to the Dominican Republic. So I don't know what it's like to be there. I just know that our was worse than all. You see what I'm saying? In America, all right? It was more crucial, you know? So when it comes to the African American man building a legacy, establishing his family, and carrying on and passing it down to, you know, the successor, or passing it down to the rightful seed that has the ability, has the ability to carry on, is very, very important, guys. You see what I'm saying? You see what the enemy has done with our people in the African American community is gave us this fucked up ass way of thinking. We think that we're supposed to pass it down to our wives. That's not what we do. That's not what we did throughout history. That's not what we did throughout predated history. History on top of history. We ain't never did nothing like that. That's some real weak shit. We ain't never did nothing like that. You never pass your legacy down to a woman. You don't do that. Yeah, she can get a piece of the pie. You slide her a little something. You let the sons know, hey, this is what you split with your mama or your stepmama. You know, see, really it's supposed to have been your wife, and all your kids came through your wife. And if you had another wife, all your kids came down through that wife. And if you are polygamous, you know, all your kids come through these wives of yours. But then you have the intellect and inclination spiritually to know which son carries that seed. You know, back in the day, the ancestral being or God or whatever you want to call it, the universe will give you the enlightenment of the message of which son to pass it down to, not daughter, son, not wife, son, not mama, son, boys, men with penises, you know, males, you know, the child with the 3 legs, you know, the 2 that he walk on, the other one that hang, you know, that's what you pass your lineage down to. Why is it very important to do that, gentlemen? Because this is what carry on your name and your lineage. Your legacy carries on, and this is your seed. It came out of your scrotum, your nutsack. This is your semen. You understand what I'm saying? So you want your semen to carry on your legacy, okay? All right? Let's say You end up making a child or making a son that you're not so pleased with his decisions in life. You know, and you feel like, God damn it, he just can't do it. So what do you do now? Let's say you got one son. You just feel like, damn, he can't do it, man. He just throwed the fuck off. He retarded. Something wrong. He just can't do it. So what do you do then? You make another son. That's just what it is. You make another son, or I wouldn't say go adopt the son. If you got to do that, nothing against that, nothing at all, but you want your bloodline running through that son. But if you adopt the son, you can get him young enough and raise him up to be who you are, no matter the bloodline. At least he'll carry the name, carry the name, and then, on to the next life. You know what I'm saying? So if you got all boys and you're not pleased with none of the boys, and you decide that has something to do with you at that point, you are the problem. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe you made poor decisions on where you put your seed at, and that still falls on you. Or maybe you just cursed in some type of form or fashion to where your seeds are a way that's displeasing a certain type of way. Or maybe it's just you in your own mind, just throw it off, and it seems that your seeds are just not pleasing to you, but when actually your seeds are doing pretty good. And a lot better than other seeds. You see what I'm saying? But you just got in your mind that, hey, man, I don't know. Personally, I just don't like my seed, But, that's just what it is. But the point of this is, gentlemen, especially the African-American community, you do not pass your lineage, your legacy, your deeds, your wealth, your establishments, your businesses, your family traditions and teachings and guidance and history to a female. You don't do that. You don't do that to your daughter. You don't pass it to your daughters. You don't pass it to your wives, man. You don't pass it to your mama. You don't pass it to your auntie. You don't do that. You pass it to your son, because guess what that wife's gonna do? Especially if she's a younger woman than you, and you know how we like younger women. I didn't say younger and legal. I said younger than us women. It's natural. She's going to marry another man. And guess what's going to happen then? He's going to carry on your legacy. He's going to take it, steal it from her, because he's the man now. He's penetrating. He in her head, So while she's carrying the torch, he's going to take the torch. And he's going to marry, and she's going to marry him. I mean, it's just human nature. Ain't nothing wrong with that, And then what he's going to do, if he's smart enough, he's going to pass yours, that's now his, to his son. And you can forget your name at that point, because you made an unwise decision. And that probably explains why your seed is like that anyway, because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So you got to keep yourself together, gentlemen, and remember our culture. We need it back. We need our culture back. We need our people back. We need our legacy and lineages back. So we got to keep passing our seed down no matter what. Because one thing about it, I have two boys at this current moment. If I think or feel that my boys ain't capable enough, and I got one of them, I feel like he's like a split image of me, like all the way. One of them is super intelligent, super smart. Super. All A, I love him to death. But to be honest, is my younger one who's still like 2, turning 3. I see that he's the one that may be the one that, carry the torch. No matter how I feel about his behavior in life and his decisions in life, it's just what the Spirit telling me. And I got to follow it. I got to hand it to him. No matter which way he go with it, I did my part. I'm going into the ancestral world. I'm going to guide him from there like, son, I'm your conscience talking to you right now, my son. And I hope that you're listening. Go left, not right. All right? This turn, you go right. All right? Right now, go left. All right? Right now, you need to make that left turn. Okay? Fuck, you made a fuck. Why are you making a U-turn, you fucking idiot? God damn. God, what we gonna do now? We'll turn back around. I have to just deal with it from there. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But my point of this entire video, man, you pass your legacy down to your sons, guys. Your sons, okay? You don't pass them to no wives, no sisters, no aunties, no daughters, no none of that. You can cut them a little piece of what's going on. They have their little, and really, to be honest with you, the sons, if you look at ancient times, when the kingdom was handed to the son, now I ain't saying there wasn't no queens. I mean, if you just died and didn't leave nothing to nobody, and you leave it to the family to pick what's next, then what's next in line, then okay, that's fine. But if you able to make a sound decision and choose your boys, because your boys is not gonna be cruel to the mothers of the family and the pioneers and the patriarchs of the family. They're gonna do what they need to do because you raised them and talk to them about doing certain things, And we're gonna start getting more into parenting. Also, we're gonna talk about parenting. We're gonna talk about fatherhood. We're gonna talk about motherhood. We're gonna get into all this good stuff, man. Right here in Sosua, Cabarete, Republica Dominicana. We're not gonna talk about them and their parenting. I'm just saying about my people and our parenting and what we got going on. Because I am a parent, I can't officially talk about that. I'm not a husband, so I can't necessarily officially talk about that. But I am a parent, I can officially talk about that. But anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this brief but yet fulfilling content this morning. I hope it fulfilled your innermost parts as a delicious, delightful breakfast and a nice spunk of coffee, espresso for your mind to open up this morning. And guys, there will be plenty more of this right here. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. This is your boy King Lockett, and I'm gonna be right back at you in a minute, man. Chill.